So this is her. She's all mounted up, perfectly suited for the CSL DD. Perfectly well balanced, perfectly priced. You won't find a better deal with this rigid of a rig.
Of course, there are much better options out there if you got deeper pockets, but do you have deeper pockets? That's the question. If you don't, this is the best, most rigid setup you will be able to find. This setup is infinitely modular. You can attach things anywhere to it. You know, it might look more intimidating to build because there's more pieces and stuff like that, but it's so simple. You know, not only do I have a video tutorial on how to build this step by step, with a full parts list that you can just click a link on, and then it just fills your cart with every part you need for this build, besides the seat, and of course, and like the CSL DD and the pedals and whatnot. But everything you need is in that link. So you just click that once, and you got everything you need. You can adjust the seat forward and back, side to side. You can adjust the pedals up and down. You can angle them with this setup, or you can make them flat like this. You can raise them up. You can lower them all the way to the ground. Push this thing forward and back. This goes up and down. This rod tilts forward and back. You can see how this is mounted on the other side, so it's not going nowhere. You know, and then you got the mounts back here for the CSL DD. You know, and if you want to know how to build this, check my video, you know, like super solid joints. You know, if you wanted to make it even more solid, you could add some supports on the side here. But honestly, it's not even necessary for this level of performance. This is 8 Newton meters. You're not pushing and pulling like this. You're putting more, you know, rotational forces. So you don't need it to be super built in certain directions. But if you do want that to be built, you can just get an extra 4 single brackets like this. Pop it on here, and you're good to go, you know? If you want to add a shifter or whatever, you can just pop an extension on here and then put like an H pattern wherever you want, or a sequential or a handbrake, whatever. You got plenty of leg room. I really wish I would have known about aluminum extrusion when I first got into sim racing. You know, I just looked up sim rigs or rig or whatever, and I saw Next Level Racing. I saw all these companies and stuff making all these steel rigs. My first rig was $300 something, $350. And it was a Next Level Racing Challenger seat. It was a single middle post setup. And it worked fine, right? But when I started doing heel toe more, when I got a shifter, it just was not working out. It just, you know, I kept on hitting my knees and everything. And then, so I had to get like a side post setup, and I ended up modifying that and spent like a ton of money building this one. But I designed this one specifically for the newer user that wants to get into aluminum extrusion for as cheap as possible, and there's no guesswork, because I teach you how to build this. I show you step by step how to build this, and I'll put the link in the description, so check that out. Don't fall for those big companies, you know, saying like minimum price you got to spend is like $300-400. It's just not true. You know, now shipping. If you live in different parts of the country, I don't know where the best location is to get a hold of aluminum extrusion. So this is specifically for American users, and I apologize for not being inclusive for all countries, but I don't know. Shipping is just expensive right now. It's really expensive. I work for the post office, and it's not cheap to ship to China. It's not cheap to ship to Australia. Wherever you live, if it's something besides America, this might not apply to you. This might not be as good of a deal as a bigger name brand that's available in your country, right? And this stuff is not just only useful for sim racing. This stuff can be used for anything. You can build shelves with it. It's amazing stuff. And that was a really poor, unexciting example. But Bitcoin mining rigs, anything you can think of, you know, people use this stuff, like exercise equipment. This stuff is awesome. Get into aluminum extrusion if you don't know about it.
So have a good day. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you buy this rig.